Well, hi everybody. Let's talk food, one of my favorite topics. Today we're going to be using my plate to help us understand the food that we are putting into our bodies and help understand what each of those foods does for our bodies. First, we know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Overnight, our body uses up the sugar that's in our system, and it leaves our body pretty much almost out of sugar in the morning. Breakfast jump-starts the body and the brain by renewing its source of energy. We know that people, kids and adults, who eat breakfast do better physically and mentally. Kids have improved concentration, which helps in school. They have longer attention spans, which helps in everything they do. They have better school attendance because they're healthier, and better behavior. We all know how we act when we're hungry. Some people call it hangry. Being hungry in the morning leads us to a day that might set us off on the wrong foot. So breakfast is very, very important to eat. People who eat breakfast also have healthier blood cholesterol and better weight control. Blood cholesterol helps our cells in our body do their job to their best. So when we eat breakfast, we keep our blood cholesterol levels more steady rather than jumping all around across the day. Students can use My Plate to help understand food combinations when they're making meals or eating meals. If you eat a meal that's missing one of these combinations, you know, oh, somewhere else in my day, I need to get that type of food. So what are the 5 food groups? We have grains, vegetables, protein, fruit, and dairy. If we think about breakfast, things we could eat with grains in the morning are muffins, cereal, waffles, a bagel, tortillas, rice, corn, and pasta. These are all sources of fiber and other nutrients that our body needs as a staple to help it be healthy. Vegetables in the morning, these will be good in an omelet. How about some chopped up tomatoes, peppers, onions, and mushrooms? That would be yummy. Carrots, celery, and cucumbers can be chopped up or eaten raw. These are all great sources of vitamins that our body needs. And they're not an exhaustive list. There are lots more vegetables out there. These are just an example set. Protein. Protein helps our muscles build, and it can be found in both animal sources as well as plant sources. Examples of protein would be turkey and ham. There you go, put that in the omelet too. Fish, eggs, beans, peanut butter, and hummus. All great sources of protein that our body uses to build muscles. Fruit. Fruit has vitamins and nutrients that our body needs. Things like oranges, bananas, pineapples, melons, peaches, and berries are popular in the morning. There are many more fruits as well. We want to watch our fruit intake though. Some people really like fruit because fruit's sweet and it actually has sugar in it. So we don't want to overeat on the fruits and not eat some of the other things like vegetables, grains, protein, and dairy. We want to manage it, just kind of like that section of the My Plate shows you. Dairy. Dairy is a source of calcium and protein. Milk, yogurt, and cheese are examples of dairy products that our body needs and uses to function properly. I wouldn't be giving you the whole picture though if I didn't include something called fats and oils. Fats and oils are things that our body needs a very, very small amount of each day, just a sliver. So things like mayonnaise, olive oil, vegetable oil, cooking spray, and cream cheese are things that have fats and oils in them. The key to remember here is not to give yourself an inch thick of cream cheese on a bagel. That's way too much fats and oils. Also mayonnaise. Watch how you kind of put mayonnaise on a sandwich. Just use a little bit. You don't need too much. One thing that really helps us are food nutrition fact labels. These fact labels are a good source of information about the food that's purchased and eaten. All of our food products have nutrition fact labels on them, unless they're things like fruits and vegetables. Now, if you're looking at this label, you can see the first in the green up top talks about serving size. If you have a package of something, the amount here, a serving size is 1 cup of macaroni and cheese. We know that this container makes 2 cups of mac and cheese. So it should be split in half if we're thinking about the serving size. All the numbers below that talk about 1 serving size of this mac and cheese. First thing we want to look at after we see the serving size are the calories. How many calories does this item have? Now, if we think, okay, we can eat somewhere between 1,800 or 2,200 calories a day, 250 calories per serving is a pretty good chunk of that day. Now, I want to look at the yellow section. These fats, cholesterol, sodium is salt, these are things we want to limit. We don't want so much of that in any product we eat. Here, we have a pretty high level of fats, cholesterol, and sodium. So this might be an item that we kind of look at and think about. The blue down below are essential vitamins and nutrients. These are things that we need to be sure we're getting in our diet. This has plenty of calcium, probably because some milk is added, but it's kind of low in vitamins and nutrients. So overall, this mac and cheese might be worth eating, but we want to keep in mind that it's not the healthiest thing in the world and probably won't give our body everything it needs in 1 serving. So we need to be sure that we're complementing or having other complementary items on our plate other than just the mac and cheese to give our bodies everything it needs. Now, by learning to read a label, you can plan simple meals to get nutrient-dense foods. We want to look at those serving sizes and be sure that we also look at the ingredients. Not shown on this picture are the list of ingredients. If you're a person with allergies to some foods, you need to be paying attention to what's in those foods in the ingredient list. For instance, if you're allergic to something like a type of dye that's in a food, then you're going to want to be sure that that dye is not in that food. You can also use these labels to compare foods. You can look and see how many calories are in one drink versus another. And you might go for the drink that has less calories and more nutrients to it. All right, so we know eating is only half of the work for a healthy body. Exercise makes up the other half. 60 minutes or more a day of exercise is what we want to go for. So we can get that by being active after school and after school activities that get us moving around. You can do things like PE or online videos. We know there's plenty of those out there now. Hang out and play at a playground or at the YMCA. If you're at a playground, you're much more likely to play on the playground. Walk and bike places instead of riding in a car. If it's safe to do so, walking and biking are great options. Chores. Things like raking and sweeping not only make your parents happy, but they make your muscles happy too. Do regular chores that help you get moving and strengthen your body. Thanks a lot for listening today. I hope you learned something about nutrition, and remember you can always come to this video or myplate.gov to learn more about nutrition and your body.